Hi guys, it's Colette. Welcome back to my channel, and this is something different today. I'm going to do the Scottish tag. This is going about and has been for a few years by people that are wanting to sort of link into other Scottish YouTubers, and also for anyone that wants to learn a Scottish accent, of which there are many. So I'm going to do this for a bit of a laugh, and I'll put it in its own playlist. It's not spiritual at all, it's just more information on me and my likes, dislikes as a Scottish person. So this is the Scottish tag. If there are any other YouTubers out there that are from Scotland, I nominate you for the Scottish tag. So let's see what we've got. The first question is, whereabouts in Scotland are you from? I'm originally from a wee town, well, quite a big town called Rutherglen, which at various times was in the boundary to Glasgow, and then other times was into South Lanarkshire. They kept changing the boundaries, so much so that one daughter who was born in the maternity is a Glaswegian, and the other one who's born in the same maternity 5 years later is a South Lanarkshire girl. So, but it was the same place. When I was growing up, we were part of South Lanarkshire, and then we were taken into Glasgow. Then Glasgow took us back, and then we're now again in South Lanarkshire, I think. I'm not sure about that one. So Rutherglen, I live now in more sort of South Lanarkshire. It's a big county, but I'm very much at the start of Clyde Valley, which is a beautiful area, absolutely lovely, very rural, and it just suits me very nicely. So yes, that's where I'm from and where I am now. I hope I haven't actually answered your second question. Favourite place in Scotland you've been to? Oh my goodness, I can't just pick one. I just can't. I would say as an area, I love the area of Argyllshire. It's like if you've got the map of Scotland, there seems to be like almost dreadlocks of hair coming down, and Argyll's there, and it takes in a lot of the islands of Scotland. So Argyll, particularly a little tiny village called Tavalich, and oh my goodness, I love Mull. My favourite island has to be Islay. It's beautiful, it's particularly the Atlantic beaches on Islay. So yeah, my favourite area would probably be Argyll. But I do love the Trossachs, and my wee sis is up north, so I like the sort of Aberdeenshire coast, and I love the Highlands, particularly Glenshee, and Ballater and Braemar. Oh my god, right, here we go. Just the whole of Scotland basically, and I do like Glasgow. Edinburgh is spectacular, but to me Glasgow's more cosmopolitan and a wee bit more edgy, I think. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but I do like Edinburgh. But if I had the choice of Glasgow or Edinburgh, I'd go to Glasgow. So I'll probably lose all my East Coast folk with that one, but never mind. Right. Where would you like to visit in Scotland? Well, see, we've holidayed a lot in Scotland, a lot of the time because there was no money to go abroad, but a lot of the time it was a choice, particularly with children and the odd dog. So we've actually been to a lot of places in Scotland. Where would I like to visit that I've not been? You know, that's a hard one. I think I'd like to go again to the west coast, but down to Dumfries and Galloway area. I used to go to like Girvan and Saltcoats and all those places as a child, but I'd like to go further down and nearer the borders. Yeah, so I'd like to tend to go west or up. I'd like to go down the way, although we do have friends in Carlisle, so we do go down that way, but I'd like to, yeah, Dumfries and Galloway I think is some place I'd like to visit in Scotland. So there we go. Favourite Scottish film? I was going to say Trainspotting, but that's the one that just comes to mind. And I do like Trainspotting, and I love the book actually, but I think it gives a bad opinion of the general Scots character, and I can only tolerate it when I'm in a strong mood. There's a lot in Trainspotting that I find very distressing, absolutely horrendously distressing. In fact, there's bits I'll close my eyes at. So I'm going to not say Trainspotting. I'm going to go to a very much more gentle film from I think the 80s, and it was called Local Hero, and it was about a tiny little village that was going to be taken over by an American tycoon for something or other, and it Burt Lancaster in it as an older man, and Jenny Seagrove, I think. Excuse me, I've got hair in my eyes. And it's a lovely film, absolutely lovely, and it shows off. I've actually been to that little village, but I can't remember the name of it at the moment. Plockton. I've been there, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's the only place in Scotland I've ever seen palm trees. So anyway, but yeah, I'm going to say Local Hero, a lovely gentle film that shows off I kind of funny Scots characteristics rather than the Trainspotting in your face Begbie stuff. So yeah, Local Hero I'm going to go for. But I still like Trainspotting. Do I match Scottish stereotypes? Well, before my hair went grey when I was younger, it was what people would say as ginger. I would prefer to call it, in the winter it was more auburn, and in the summer it was more strawberry blonde rather than ginger, but yes, and tight curls. Basically when I was about 6, I think, I had hair like Brave, was it Morena? Not Morena, that's a coil. Sorry, I've forgotten not Meridian either. You know who Meridia from Brave. That's what my hair was like. And my dad absolutely loved it. And then at one point my mum got a letter home from the school to say that there was head lice, and she looked at my hair and just chopped it all off just to be on the safe side. So I went from being Meridia from Brave to having this thing she called a bubble cut. Yeah, I'll maybe put a photo up of that. I am very pale skinned, particularly in the winter. I could haunt a house, but I don't know if you can see, I've got lots of freckles. I have 1,072,204 freckles, I think. Oh yeah, I just brought this up. I don't know if I can show this off properly. I wonder if you can see. Oh no, it's moved. Excuse me. This is me in my pharmacy years ago. I must have been about 23, 24, and you can't quite see it, but since my hair looks quite green on it, you can understand that it actually is red. That was my dark auburn colour with white face to match the white coat. So yeah, that was a long while ago. In I think it was actually one of the first pharmacies I ever was qualified to actually run. So anyway, I'm getting off here. This is going to be the longest Scottish tag ever. What is my favourite Scottish? Yes, so do I match Scottish stereotypes from the point of view of the red hair, freckles, pale skin? Scots sometimes get a reputation of being mean, but we're not. We actually give loads to charity. I'm not mean at all. I'd give everything away if I didn't need it. You know, it's a case of people can have it. So, other characteristics. Yeah, I'm kind of very feisty when I'm put in a position or backed against a wall, but I think that's more a Taurus thing rather than necessarily a Scottish thing. So yeah, I think I do fit a lot of the Scottish stereotypes. What is my favourite Scottish food? Oh my goodness. There's foods that are Scottish, and it would have to be Scottish seafood. Oh, I love prawns, freshwater prawns. I love salmon. Um, Again, on the way to, if you go to Loch Fyne in Scotland, there's the most amazing restaurant, and all round Inveraray and stuff. And mostly any good hotels in Scotland, you'll get the best seafood if they know their stuff, and it's always very fresh. So yeah, it would be Scottish seafood. I don't like haggis. That I'll have a wee taste of it at St Andrew's Day and stuff in Burns Night, but I don't really. I'll have a bit of it, but I don't particularly like it. It's too spicy for me. And other Scottish foods. I don't like how sugary iron brew is, so I don't really drink iron brew unless I don't really drink fizzy drinks. But when I was younger, I used to love iron brew, but now it's very sugary, so I don't know if I care for it. Although they have taken the sugar down a bit in it recently, I'll need to maybe have another taste. But so yeah, but favourite Scottish food would need to be seafood. Oh, and Scottish strawberries, absolutely Scottish strawberries. Do I follow any Scots traditions? Yeah, but mainly at Hogmanay, which is New Year's Eve, we follow traditions of sweeping the old year out the back door, and you get pots and pans and bash the pots and pans to scare the old year out, and you open the front door and welcome the new year in. It only really works if you've got two doors to your house. But luckily enough, we've mainly been like that. But I brought the girls up doing that as well, and it's great watching kids, with pans and like utensils, and one's at the back door trying to get the new year in, and the other one's bashing. And we always have shortbread and bun, and tend to, Jim and I are not great drinkers at all, but we'll have a wee bit at New Year. He'll have a wee whiskey, and it's lovely because my dad used to have a wee whiskey in a very chunky little whiskey glass every New Year, and after my dad died, I took the wee glass and always kept it. And now Jim, my husband, has his whiskey at New Year in this wee glass, and oh my God, it's emotional, but it just feels right that my dad was such a lovely man, and now I've got this lovely man using his wee glass. So yeah, so there's traditions that can actually make you fill up and want to cry. I don't particularly like New Year because I remember too much, and I tend to look back the way rather than forward. But on January the 1st, it's all systems go. But I must admit, I tend to, where New Year is concerned, I tend to take the winter solstice. I feel that's more me. But yes, we do follow traditions at Hogmanay. Follow wedding traditions as well. Like when my daughter got married, there had to be, certain things done, and yeah. Yes, I do, mainly at Hogmanay, and sometimes I might do one on maybe Scottish traditions and superstitions, because there are a lot of superstitions. So, do I follow Scottish traditions yet? What is favourite Scottish word? Blethering. Not blathering, but blethering, which means that you're having a blether, which means you're having a chat. But if you say someone's blethering, it means they're just talking for the sake of talking, or they're just it's nonsense really. They're just blethering. There's no point to it. They're just talking. So I do like the word blethering. I like I like a few possibly more Ouija or Glaswegian, not so crude words. Not that I really use them myself, but I just think some of them are so good. Like, there is no better put down than some of the Scottish crude words, particularly Ouija ones. but I'm not going to say them, or I might lose a few fans. But yeah, although I don't necessarily use them, I might use them in a meme. I sometimes pass these words on in memes. But yeah, I think the Scottish language slang does have some amazing words for various things that you would call someone you didn't like. So there we go. Right, favourite Scottish song. Do you know, there's many Scottish songs I love, but there's one that is very, very close to my heart, and I always knew it as Will We Go, Lassie Go, sung by the Corries, who my brother in Australia used to like, and I always felt something moved me when I heard that song, even as a child. It's actually called Wild Mountain Thyme. And I loved it, and my brother would sing it, and other people in the family would sing it at New Year, and to be honest, I think it's always sung at New Year, sung at weddings and stuff as well, and I'd forgotten about it for a while, and then my daughter was getting ready for her wedding last year, and she said, I've picked my song for going down the aisle, and I was like, oh, what is it? And she said it's Wild Mountain Thyme, by a female singer, and I just burst into tears. I was like, oh my God, this is so lovely. I don't know how people are going to actually keep their dry eyes, eyes dry. So after this love of a song, she'd listened independently, obviously, to different versions of it, and chose it as her wedding aisle song. If you get the chance to hear the Corries version, it's good. Eddie Reader's version, there's a few others out there, but it's Wild Mountain Thyme or Will You Go, Lassie Go. Absolutely beautiful. Right, can I recommend any Scottish YouTubers? They all seem to be a lot younger, so if there's any oldies, maybe folk over 50 out there, let me know. But I've got this, I like Wee Scottish Lass. She's funny, she does the swear words and stuff like that. I think Erin was the one that passed this on. I think she does lifestyle and makeup and stuff, but she's still a lot of fun, and she does do a lot of travel, which is really, really nice. So, but I think that's about it. So come on, Scotland, let's get some more YouTubers, but also maybe some older ones. I read that, what was it now, that only 70% of people that watch YouTube are over 45 to 50, that group and up, and only 2% of that 7% actually have channels. So I'm kind of feel as though I'm in a minority here, and I won't be. So I'm hoping that this Scottish tag brings us more together a wee bit. And I also hope that for those of you that have just come on maybe to hear, I know a lot of people like my Scots accent, to maybe pick up on some of the words as well. You're all welcome, and maybe stay and have a wee looky at my spiritual work and also my books. So I hope you've enjoyed the Scottish tag. I think there's another one that I'll do further down the line. It's the Scottish accent tag. It's got more words on it, but see how you like this for now. So thank you for watching. I've quite enjoyed this. I think it could have been far shorter video, but that's just me. So many blessings now, and a big beautiful hug from South Lanarkshire in Scotland. Bye now.